Hey folks, this is Rob Wells here with you from the law office of Robert M. Wells. Our office helps landlords deal with their landlord and tenant situations and problems. In this video, I'm going to be talking to landlords about landlords, property managers. If you have a rental unit that's within an HOA, what you should do to protect yourself from excessive HOA fines and other violations from your tenants. But before I begin, landlords, tenants, if you're dealing with a lease violation situation where your tenant is violating the provision of the lease agreement, please feel free to reach out to us below. Now let me begin. Okay, so I come across this from time to time particularly where I might have a newer landlord or property manager that, let's say they got a rental unit that's within a homeowners association or HOA, and there's certain rules. This is most common with condo units or townhomes. You might have some single family homes that are within like a homeowners association or HOA, and they have various rules that you have to follow. And if you don't follow the rules, typically the owner of the property can be fined by the HOA, or even worse, it could be other liens and so forth like that. To avoid this problem in the beginning of the tenancy, what a good landlord, what you should be doing is incorporating each and a term in your lease agreement that basically says, hey, tenants will follow all HOA rules and bylaws, etc. And also too, making it the tenant's responsibility for paying any fines that are incurred by their violation or their guests' or invitees' violation of that HOA rule. So if you as the owner get fined by the HOA for, let's say, your tenant just parked illegally against the HOA rules, you can enforce that provision in the lease agreement that says, hey, you have to reimburse me for that. You can send them a 3-day notice to perform to, pay that violation, or to cease and desist the behavior that is violating the rule, so to speak. It's also a good idea that landlords, you provide a complete copy of the rules and regulations to your tenant and make them acknowledge that they have received those rules, and whenever they're modified, that they get updated rules and regulations to avoid having a problem within the lease agreement. So you're not getting these lovely love notices from the HOA saying, you're in violation of blah, 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 and now you have a $500 fine that you owe us. So those are some tools that you could use within your rental agreement to alleviate that type of problem. And what I will point out is, if the violations are continual, even after warning the tenant of, hey, you need to cure this violation, that breach of the lease agreement, if you have those provisions in your lease, maybe just cause to actually terminate the tenancy, because if you incorporate the HOA bylaws and so forth, rules that everyone has to follow, then possibly you can terminate your tenant's tenancy for a material breach of the lease agreement. So landlords, tenants, again, or property managers, so to speak, if you're having a problem with your tenants violating the HOA rules and so forth, or violating any portion of their lease agreement, again, we're here to help you out. See our contact information below. Until next time, folks, we'll talk to you then. Thanks.